We made it! This year marks the 50th anniversary of the Iowa Court of Appeals. Since 1976, our court has been busy deciding disputes that have arisen in the lives of everyday Iowans. Our judges are proud to serve the people of Iowa and to preserve the rule of law by deciding a high volume of cases justly and as efficiently as possible. As we celebrate this milestone, we look forward to prizing the liberties and maintaining the rights of Iowans far into the future. Congratulations and thanks to everyone that made this possible.
The Court of Appeals was born out of the problem of the backload that the Supreme Court had of cases, which was severe, and it had been for several years. The Chief Judge, C. Edwin Moore, was a very resourceful and strong persuader, and he had the concept of a court that would be that would not be the Supreme Court, but a appeals court, and that it would deal with cases that the Supreme Court really didn't need to have, and that would expedite those cases and be out of consideration to the parties, because, for example, it's my information that at that time the ordinary civil case pended for about 29 months before it was heard by a court, and that, of course, is justice delayed and justice denied in effect.
The life of a Court of Appeals judge is a really different existence. I would describe a Court of Appeals judge as probably the most pure legal decision-making that you can do. Because as a Court of Appeals judge, essentially all you are doing is writing opinions. You don't have the administrative duties, the rulemaking like you do in the Supreme Court. You don't have a lot of the ceremonial duties like you do at the Supreme Court. You don't have, you basically, at the time I was there, and I think it's probably a little more now, unfortunately, I was writing 10 opinions a month. And we would spend 3 days down in Des Moines and we'd argue them and meet, but the rest of the time I was on my own. I mean, it was a very isolating process.
Before the court was expanded, there were initially 5 members and then 6 members, and at the time that the court was getting a number of additional cases, there was a determination by the legislature that the court needed to be expanded to 9 people. And at that point, the legislature and the court decided to have all 3 appointed at the same time. The 50th anniversary is such a key anniversary because there have been a number of changes, and yet many of the basics have stayed the same. And so I, from a personal level, find it very gratifying to be a part of it.
To me personally, it seems crazy that the Iowa Court of Appeals is only 50 years old. It seems like it's been an integral part of our judicial system for longer than that. At the same time, I think it's just such a neat way to recognize the work that the court does. I think we all really strive to maintain the culture of the court, which is one of collegiality. And I think that culture really drives the work that we do. It makes us be more efficient. It makes a more pleasant work environment. And it's something that I think has been around since the beginning of the court, and each judge that comes on tries to maintain. So I think being a court of collegiality really contributes to our ability to get our work done and serve the people of Iowa.
The Court of Appeals, when I was there, and hopefully it's still there today, was a fun group. It was a very collegial group. So the only time we really got together was argument week for the 3 days. And it was like old home week. And of course, one night we would have dinner all together. We played golf together occasionally. It was a great group.
And collegial decision-making is different than, direct one-to-one decision
It definitely is.
or running a classroom.
I found the biggest transition from the court to being the dean of the law school was the lack of collegiality. Everything was collegial in the court. There were differences of opinion and certainly personalities were different, but it was a decision-making body that had the goal of reaching a result.
So when the court went paperless, that was essentially a time when everything was filed electronically rather than in paper form. Prior to that, we were receiving paper copies of the briefs that the parties filed, as well as the entire record for the case. So it could have been boxes and boxes of paper that we were receiving.
I mean, just going back to my time as a staff attorney, at that point we were just transitioning to the electronic filing system. So things were a bit slower then. The opinions were shorter. I think because there was more of a lag time between, getting the case and the judges living out of town and having to send them, mail them the briefs, and then working from paper copies. So I think electronic filing has really changed. I think we're making a real effort now to try to be as transparent for the people of Iowa as we can. All of our oral arguments are now live streamed on YouTube. We've just recently started archiving those arguments so that people who weren't able to attend them or maybe want to look back at something that happened have those available for them.
Court on the Road was a wonderful experience that actually started long before I came to the court, but continued throughout the time that I was there. And it was a way of allowing people who maybe could not get to Des Moines to see the court at work. It gave the community members an opportunity to see the court at work. And oftentimes people did not know there was a Court of Appeals, let alone what the court did. And so to see arguments being made and to see attorneys and judges interacting, I think was a valuable lesson for the community.
When I think about this 50-year anniversary, I think about the judges who came before us and really established the culture of the court, the collegiality of the court, and its kind of high demand work product. So I'd like to thank those judges that came before us and then also assure them and the people of Iowa that we are committed to carrying on the work of the court and continuing that excellent tradition of judicial decisions.
I would say that the Court of Appeals is probably has more significant in Iowa law than any other court now because of the volume that they handle, and it's a big responsibility, and I hope that they continue to take it very seriously and act with responsibility.
I would congratulate the Court of Appeals on its 50th anniversary and hope for another 150 years of collegial co-working for the benefit of the people of Iowa.
So congratulations to the Court of Appeals, to all the judges who have come before us, to all of the staff, attorneys, to all of the law clerks, the administrative assistants that helped the court reached this milestone. Thank you so much for all your work, and here's hoping that we're doing the same thing in another 50 years and celebrating our accomplishments then.